Hi, I'm Sally Thibault. Well, there seems to be so much bad news at the moment, bad and distressing news. And when we see it or hear it on the radio or watch it on TV, it can actually have lingering impacts on us without us even being aware of it. So in this video today, we're going to tap on releasing any stress or any anxiety around hearing bad news. In particular news, there's nothing you can do about anyway, but that tends to just sit in our minds and we dwell on it. So I want you to just measure on a scale of 1 to 10 if you've heard some distressing news just recently and how stressed or anxious it makes you feel. Okay, and let's tap. Even though there seems to be so much bad news, it's nothing I have any control over, but it makes me feel quite stressed and anxious. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Even though this bad news sometimes stays in my mind, I can't stop thinking about it, and yet I have no control over it. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. One more time. Even though it just feels overwhelming at the moment, the amount of bad news out there, I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Okay, let's tap. This bad news makes me feel so stressed. This overwhelming news, this bad news, this stressful news, it makes me feel so stressed. I can't do anything about it, and it makes me feel so stressed. All this bad news really makes me feel stressed. Even though I try not to think about it, I know it still makes me stressed. All this bad news, this stress, all this bad news makes me feel so stressed. Just take a deep breath and let it go. Just see if that stress level or anxiety level has come down. You want to kind of just feel quite calm and peaceful. So if you're still feeling a bit agitated, perhaps there's a new story you've watched and it's still making you feel uncomfortable, switch this off and do it again. Try and get that calm feeling. And let's go into a reframe round. Here we go. Even though I was feeling quite stressed before, I choose to breathe and feel calm. Even though sometimes this bad news overwhelms me, I choose to release the feeling and feel peaceful and calm. Even though sometimes this bad news really overwhelms me, I choose to breathe and stay in the present moment. I choose to be aware of all the kindness around me. Okay, tapping. I choose to breathe and stay calm. I choose to be aware of all the kindness around me. I choose to be aware of all the good around me. I choose to feel calm and peaceful. I choose to notice the good around me. I choose to attract kind people into my life. I choose to be kind and generous. I choose to focus on the good in my life. I choose to release the stress. I'm grateful for all the kind people in my life. I'm grateful for all the good I see in the world. I choose to breathe and be calm. I choose to focus on kindness and good in the world. I'm grateful for all the kind and generous things I see. I'm grateful for all the joyful people in my life. I choose to breathe and stay calm. Okay, just take a deep breath and let it go. Now, if you want, you can add a power pose to this, just with your hands on your hips. And I want you just to imagine that you will always be centered and present. Imagine that you can watch news come and go, but your choice is to stay calm, focused, and present. Choose to attract joy, kindness, and peace into your life. Just take a deep breath and let it go. And I wish you kindness and joy. Bye for now.